get to I got so excited I forgot.
That's okay. No worries.
Anyway, without further ado, all of you, welcome Stacey. And Stacey, we can't wait to hear your message.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me. When Sharon said, hey, would you ever want to? Of course I do. You know, it is my pleasure to share with our big team. I'm in your world. I'm a sideline buddy. You know, we're all under Sandy, and I am so blessed that I get to, you know, see some of your faces. I don't know a lot of you, but I'm Stacey, and I'm really happy to meet you. If you don't mind my voice, it's a little raspy. I coach travel soccer teams, so it's soccer season and I've been yelling a lot. So I might go, my voice is in and out a little bit, but I know that it's going to be okay. So Jamie kind of explained a little bit about who I am. I'm going to talk a little bit about that as well. And then I'm going to share with you how I got to NMD, kind of a place of pause that I was in for a little while. And then what I did to move forward again and to get out of it. I'm going to share with you about customer referrals and the power of our customer base. And then at the end, I'm going to give you some action items, right? Because at the end of the day, you can hear all these things, but if you don't put them to work for your business, well, then it was just a nice, 30 minutes with me. But our goal, my goal, is to inspire you to take action. We can be inspired by a lot of people in a lot of different ways. But my goal is to inspire you to then take what I said and move to action, because that's where the magic happens. So like Jamie said, I'm Stacey Whitmer, born and raised in New York, was an athlete my whole life, got a full scholarship to college, University of Maryland. Met my husband there. He was a football and baseball player. Was on a full scholarship for both. And I'll tell you that we thought we were healthy, right? We were athletes. We weren't healthy. We didn't know any better. We trained a lot, so we looked good, but we didn't really know the power of nutrition at that point in our lives. Until there's always a moment where things change. I call those your until moments. And I will tell you that our until moment was when our first was born. At 4 months old, he had a horrible reaction. We almost lost him to rice cereal. It's a very rare allergy, and we almost lost him because he was vomiting so profusely. He almost went into shock. So that was our until moment. We had to change our whole lives with food. And at that point, we understood the power of nutrition because it changed how we lived our lives. I got a really cute apron from Pottery Barn. I got Stacey's Kitchen written across the front, and I learned how to cook. This is how I started to fall in love with food. Out of college, I was a biology and kinesiology major, and out of college, I got a really fancy corporate career. I started a corporate career, and I was fine in that career for the first, I would say, 6 years or so, until I had my first child. And then at that point, I was ready to put away my fancy heels and my custom-made suits for yoga pants, flip-flops, because I wanted to be home with my kids. But I live in New York. I live on Long Island, and I had a massive income. I wasn't going to walk away. But as God plays a role and paves these different paths for us, October of 2014, a prayer of mine was answered, and that was, I didn't want to do this anymore. I wanted to find a way to be home with my kids. And I was downsized with our company when they went through a massive restructuring. And I'll tell you, it was one of the best days of my life. And 10 days later, a friend invited me to a wine and wellness event where I learned about the Juice Plus products and the Juice Plus business. And I want you to know something. That friend did not know that I had just lost my job, right? That friend did not know. All she knew was that I had moved up the corporate ladder in this corporate world. I did a ton of different things for this organization. I was ridiculously successful. So she wasn't hesitant to ask me, even though I was successful. And I'm telling you this because we sometimes shy away from asking people that are crushing it in life. Listen, they might be looking for an opportunity, for community. Do not ask somebody to join our world, no matter how successful you think they might be. And I am forever grateful that that friend did not judge me thinking about the career that I had and invited me anyway. So that's the first thing I want you to know. I want you to walk out of tonight with a list of life crushers, a list of people that are crushing it in life that you want to invite to our business, because that changed my life forever. I learned about the product and the business. I said yes to both. I said yes to the product. Just a few weeks later, I said yes to the business because I was looking for a career change. I was looking for an opportunity to stay home with my kids, but I wanted to build something of my own, something that I could call mine. And I found that in our business plan. And I found that because our product, guys, it's unmatched. We have the most clinically researched nutritional product on the planet. I share that boldly and proudly every single day, and every single one of you need to as well. So when I started the business, right, everyone has their I started the business story. When I started the business, I put my blinders on. I saw what I needed to do to get to national marketing director. I put in the work. I treated it like a business, and I got there in just over 2 years. Now, does that mean that that's your story? It doesn't have to be. But I can tell you that if you treat it like a business and you do the work, not the busy work, the things that are going to move your business forward on a day-to-day basis, you are going to build a very strong organization. And that's what I did. And we were building so big and so strong. And then you know what happened, guys? Life took me out. And when I say took me out, it took me from a place of all in to a place of I can't do anything but just touch my business on a weekly basis. And I don't know about you, but sometimes life can do that, right? How many people have had life just crush them? And maybe you're flying high. Maybe you're at a place where you're like, I am invincible. We're not all invincible. And, this life-altering thing came at the expense of a really, really hard diagnosis of my niece, who's now 8, but she was 6. And it's a battle that we are continuing to fight. But it was something that I needed to go all in for my family for almost a year. And what I mean by that is, did I stop working? No. But I touched my business instead of full throttle, blinders on, growing my business. And that's okay. We go through stages of that. This business is made for us. It's made for us to be, it's made for us to have it be whatever we want it to be. And in that moment, everything that I had worked for up to that moment took care of me as I just touched my business for that almost 12 months. That income that I had built, guys, took care of me and my family when I couldn't even take care of myself. Do you know how grateful I am for that? Yes, this product is magic, but this business, do not hesitate to share the power of residual income. It saved my family when I could not be all in with this business. It is a gift. So you should be really, really proud that you are here and that you are part of this business with this kind of potential. So now what I mean by I touched my business during that time, so I would check in with my leaders every week, and I always checked in with my customers. That was pretty much what I did. I trained my leaders to lead. So when I had to pull back, not pull out, when I had to pull back, I consistently checked in with my leaders to make sure what their needs were, how I could fill them in the stolen moments that I was building my business or that I was touching my business. And I always, always took care of my customers. So that's what I did when I was touching my business. So we weren't growing, we were kind of maintaining, and that's okay because we've all been there until every single one of you might be growing like crazy, or maybe you're in a pause. Maybe you're just touching your business. No matter what, if you just know you are in the right place at the right time with the right product, you chose to say yes to this. So I'm asking you at some point soon that you choose again to step back in and step back in with focus and with a plan, because that's what I did last March. Last March, I decided it was time for me to step back in. It was time for me to, what we were going through, what we're still going through is really hard. And I had let it pull me so far away from this business, which I love so much. And I missed it. I missed being a part of this, doing things like this with you guys. So when I stepped back in as a different person. I stepped back in with a different team. So you have to understand, what I was coming back to was not what I left. So the team that I had now, when I stepped back in, was not the team that I had then. So I had to truly let go of expectations. I had to truly embrace the team that I have and let go of the team that I had. And what I mean was, when I first came back, I was expecting that everything was going to be exactly as it was when we were blinders on, going crazy. That wasn't the case. And I got frustrated, maybe a little resentful, and it became an anchor that held me back. I wasn't going to grow if I didn't release the expectation, if I didn't drop the anchor and truly embrace what I now have. If I didn't drop that anchor, I wouldn't be where I am right now. 2020, we grew 72%. I had 72% growth in 2020. That's because I let go of everything that I was, everything that my team was, so that I can embrace who I was now and the team that I have now. Because I'm going to tell you this, I'm a different person now than I was when I pulled back. I grew so much in that time. So I needed to own who I was now and not be the leader that I was. And when I did that, I came in focused and I came in with a plan. And one of the very first things that I did was I set hard boundaries for my team. Because here's the thing, you can't be all things to all people and still grow frontline and build a massive organization. You have to be able to set boundaries so that you are able to focus 80%, hear this number, 80% of the time needs to be focused on you, on your organization, on building your front line, on taking care of your team. Taking care of your customers, taking care of adding team. 80% of the time needs to be focused on you. The other 20% can be focused on your customer care and your team care, setting up events, all of those things, inviting to events. But 80% of the time needs to be focused on, I call them BBA, your business building activities. And those things are inviting to team, inviting people to join a call so they can learn about the product, inviting to an event. It's inviting to a three-way call. It's about moving people forward, moving people to an action. The business building activities are not making flyers. It's not scrolling through social media. It's not, it's not the busy work, right? It's not cleaning out your fridge. It's not organizing your emails. It's not cleaning out your desk, right? I am guilty of being like, I'm going to get to those activities. Let me first just go reorganize my closet, right? How many times we allow these distractions? No. I set hard boundaries so that 80% of the time I'm focusing on my business. And then the 20% is on my customers and my team. And that changed the game for me. Because before, when we were all in, before I pulled back and I was just touching my business, I was all things to all people. And it got me where I needed to go. But guess what? It's not going to get me from where I am to where I want to go now. So you've got to adjust. You have to pivot and make changes when changes are necessary. And that change was necessary. That was the very first thing that I did. And I came in with a plan. I came in focused with a plan, because here's what we know for sure. Each and every one of you have gotten to where you are by doing certain things. We sometimes get so wrapped around all the things that we forget to get back to basics. Do you know what's going to get you to your next goal? Conversations. Pick up the phone like an actual phone. If you have a house phone, I have a house phone. I know, it's so funny. Pick up the phone and call people. Connections. Make connections with people. Allow that. The power of your voice, guys, it's free and it's right here. Use the power of your voice to connect with people. People are craving connection, and we have the ability to reach out and talk to people. Make more connections, have more conversations, watch your business change. Watch your business change. So as we started to grow, and now I come back in, I made changes, we start to grow like crazy. One day I had this epiphany, and this is not like some, crazy, exciting thing. It became about customers. I'm obsessed with my customers. We work our tails off every single month to get new customers. We need to work even harder to keep them. We need to work even harder to keep them, because we are not just another company and just another product. We are the Juice Plus company and the Juice Plus product. We need to match our, the incredible standards that our product and our business are. We need to match that with customer care. And if you haven't done good customer care to this point, that's okay. I created a 3-step process of how I have conversations with my customers. I call it TRE: thank, reinforce, expand. And here's how I do that. It's really simple. When I reach out to someone and I get them on the phone, because I like to call people. I want them to hear my voice. Okay. There's passion and power in your voice. And I'll say, this is the thank part. You're going to first thank them for allowing you to be a part of this health journey with them. So for example, I'll say, hey, Jamie, it's Stacey. How are you? Maybe banter for a little bit, right? Chatting back and forth. And then I say, hey girl, I just wanted to say thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this health journey with you. It means the world to me that I get to help your family get healthy. Thank. Reinforce. You're going to not only reinforce why they started and what it's done for them, but you're also going to reinforce what Juice Plus does in totality, so that we don't miss anything if their expectation is one way and we have more to offer than they think. For example, Jamie, I know you started Juice Plus because, and I know I'm just using this as an example. I don't know why she started Juice Plus. I know you started Juice Plus because your son had horrible digestive issues. And I know that this has changed the game for him. And I also know that it helped with your younger son's eczema. And I love that. But just know this, those 2 things are just 2 of so many things that Juice Plus is doing in your family's bodies that we're never going to know. It's incredible what you're doing to help keep your family healthy. Job well done, right? You're reinforcing why they started, what it's done for them, and how in totality Juice Plus can help. Now we get to the expand. This is my favorite part of the whole thing. The expand is where you are inviting them to learn more about another product, about a program like our Shred 10, maybe the Tower Garden, and the business. This is where you expand to asking for referrals. This is where you expand to invite them into our business. And it's very simple. I have one simple statement that I make that literally, I say it every day so much that I probably should get a t-shirt made. And this is what I say. I know, Jamie, that you have loved this product and you've been on it for a while. Is there anyone, this is the statement, is there anyone in your life that you feel could benefit from Juice Plus 2? That's it. This is what I ask. Is there anyone in your life that you feel could benefit from Juice Plus 2? And here's what's going to happen. First of all, people would like to help someone else before they help themselves. So you understand what you're doing is you're putting the ball in their court. I would say, and so statistics show 86% of people will refer you 2.6 customers. Statistics show 86% of people will refer you 2.6 customers. What I have found is that every single person that I ask has at minimum referred me one customer, but I would say that my average is 2. And here's what happens. I say, is there anyone in your life that you feel could benefit from this too? And if they say no, say, okay, well, listen, keep it in mind, because as you're navigating through your life, if there's someone that you feel could really benefit, I would love for you to connect me with them. It's okay if they say no, because guess what? I'm going to ask you again anyway. So maybe it's a no for now, but I planted that seed in your head. You're going to be thinking about it. Do you see what I did there? Okay. So now what if Jamie goes, actually, I probably have a few people. I would love to, I probably have a few people that would benefit from this. Perfect. How can I connect? How can we connect with them? So what I like to do at that point is I set up a way that we can connect, and you're going to ask that customer, is it best if we connect by setting up a 3-way text message? Is it best if we set up a 3-way call? Is it best if we set up a 3-way Facebook message? I need to know the level of communication. And I'm going to ask that question because I'm not getting off the phone until I know how we are connecting. So if this person says yes, the next step is to say, well, how can you connect me to them? How can I get in touch with them? So that is a very, very important step. And it's going to be uncomfortable for a hot second. Get over it. I promise you're going to be okay. This is crucial to this part of your growth. Okay. So now you're going to ask for that referral. They say yes. So here's what's going to happen. Say this person brings you 2 customers. And then just say it happens within the next few days. Before you put those customer orders in, you're going to go back to your customer and say, hey, girl, those 2 people that you referred me to, they're really excited to get started. But before I take their orders, I would love, here's my next power statement and it's so simple. I would love to invite you to become your own partner. That's it. I would love to invite you to become your own partner. Look how comfortable that is. I'm not talking about points. I'm not talking about all the things. I'm asking you if you want to become your own partner, because if you want to become your own partner, you can take your friends' orders. You would get paid on those things. And then it would just kind of help you offset the costs for your personal order. And you can invite any of your other family and friends, and I would be happy to help with those conversations too. That's it. And when I tell you what this has done for my business, guys, I can't even explain it. I'll explain it. Let me try to explain it. I'm going to use this person as an example. December 31st, we signed up someone who has been a long-time shredder. She's been a shredder for a long time, loves the product, loves the shred. And we've been working with this customer referral. And when we first asked her in July, she said, no, I don't think anyone wants to do the shred, but I'll think about it. This chick thought about it. I'm using just this person as an example. She thought about it. Come December 31st, she had 4 people that wanted to shred. I invited her to become her own partner. December 31st, she signed up. She put in 4 shred customers. That's 440 points. Do the math. She hit Partner Plus, literally signed her up, put in the orders, Partner Plus, going into January. By January 16th, she was a QSC and had added 3 frontline team members, all because of referrals. Because of how I brought her in, then those people, those 4 shredders, were obsessed with the shred. And then they signed up and invited 3 of their friends to do it. And they all are Partner Pluses. Do you see the power in this conversation? And do you know that this woman is going to hit sales coordinator this month? She signed up December 31st. Guys, this is not magic. It's a focused plan that's going to help you take your business from where you are to where you want to go. Because let me explain this too. our world has changed. Understand that one of the things that I did to grow my business was I did vendor events. I know that sounds so funny, but I did at least 2 vendor events for 2.5 years, every single month. I grew my business doing vendor events because I would walk out of there with 30 plus leads every time. Like, it was incredible what I did. 2 of my frontline QSSCs were strangers that I met at vendor events, and one of my frontline sales coordinators was a vendor at the vendor event, and I took her over to my world. So our world has changed. So I needed to think of a way that we could pivot. I needed a way to take my network and make it bigger with what I already have. Guys, I just blew up your network. Your network just exploded because your customer base is where you're going to find your next new customers. And it's where you're going to find who knows, your next rockstar new team member. You never know. But these people are there for you to ask. It's there for you to dive in, take a look, and start asking if they have anyone in their life that they feel could benefit too. These steps are tried and true. I would never share something with you that didn't work. This has literally, so for example, we have 6 new partners in our organization right now. We had, so from the course over like the last 4 months, so I'm an NMD. Remember, I was rebuilding my business over the last 12 months. I stepped back in on March 16th, actually today. It's a year ago when I stepped back into my business, and I had a lot of growing to do, a lot of regrowth to do. And I'll tell you that over the last 4 months, we went from 2 new partners to 4 to 6. Last month we had 10. And right now we have 6 new partners, and it's the 16th. We still have half a month left. So I know that we're probably going to double that number. And think about that growth, right? And with that growth comes my pay line growth. My pay line has grown. We're promoting people like crazy, all because we're asking our customers if they have anyone in their life that they could benefit, and we want to connect with them. So this is something that has truly changed my business. And if you are brand new or you've been doing this for 25 years, it impacts everybody. You can do this at any level. And here's what's the best part. Once you start doing this and you bring on team this way, then that team is going to do the same thing. The word duplicatable, I don't love that word because it's very fancy and hard to spell. No, I'm kidding. But that word is like something you say, what can you duplicate? I don't love saying, I don't want to be duplicated, but I want an easy system. And this is an easy system. I am big on systems. I'm a system fanatic. And this is a system that works. It's simple. All you have to do is put it to work for your business. So that is my training for you tonight. And I'm so grateful that I got to be here with you. And no matter if you're brand new or you've been doing this for a while, this impacts everybody. I just want you to know that you are in the right place at the right time with the right product and the right people. No matter if you are on fire or you're just touching your business, listen, the world needs your voice. The world they need health. Our world needs hope and health, and we can provide both. But they're never going to hear your story if you do not share it. It is time together that we rise up and we own where we are at in this business. It is time that we rise and move forward together. We are here to help each other. We are part of a community that is unmatched. Be so proud of that, because every stage of this, I chose to rise last March. I chose that because I don't want to be anywhere else but right here, right now with all of you. And I'm asking tonight that you guys choose to rise with me, that you dive into your customer base, and together we're going to be unstoppable. It's worth it. It's so worth it. I'm so excited to have been shared with you guys. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, Stacey, I don't think you can see the chat, but it's blowing up from people. Can't wait to implement your system. You're so right. Everybody needs to see this. You're so glad it got recorded. You're amazing and powerful. I love what I just heard from you. And everything you said isn't difficult to do. We just have to do it.
Yeah.
So I know all of you are just so, I mean, I saw everybody, nobody left, everybody stayed, everybody paid attention. There was a lot of, what was it, 45 at one time on the call. I know some have left right now, but this is the power of these type of events. So Stacey, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I want all of you guys to unmute yourself and say thank you to this amazing, amazing woman.
Thanks, Stacey.
Thank you,
Stacey.
Welcome.
Stacey, that
Thank
was
you, Stacey.
amazing.
You're welcome.
So much.
Thank you so
Stacey.
much. That was fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm so glad you loved it. Thank you
Rock
guys.
star. Rock star. All right, everyone.
Thank you for your time.
joining us. I'll put out the recording right away. You're gonna want to share with everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Amy.
Thank
Night,
you,
guys.
everybody. Thanks for joining us. Everybody have a great
Thank
evening.
you.
Okay.
Bye.
That was
Bye.
awesome.
Happy
That was awesome. She's a rock star.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
My
Bye,
pleasure, guys.
everybody.
Awesome.
Have a good one.